Good morning! How are you guys doing? I am doing fabulous. It is Saturday, I don't know, September something, I'm sure. We're still in September, right? Okay, so how did your guys' yesterday go? Did anybody find a moment to look at maybe the subtle aggression in their life or the expression in their life? I know I did a ton of research, and we talked about forgiveness as well, and that might be my second part of what I'm going to start researching. But I'm not focused on that right now. I actually was guided to focused on expression and aggression. That was fine. That's cool. So I was guided to focus on studying aggression and expression yesterday. And so I really had this kind of like 2-part day that was incredible and amazing. The first part of the day, my morning to lunch, I just studied aggression and anger and trapped emotion and people. Aggression has been a big problem for people who are stuffers, and I align with that because I am a stuffer. Stuff my emotions. No, everything's fine. We're good here. And then I rage inside, and it kind of just builds up and grows. And so I watched some really good videos, some TED Talk stuff, and then the second half of the day was all about expression, and I listened to a ton of Abraham Hicks. She was incredible. So she actually inspired me to go and get a journal. And basically this is called my dream journal. Although I'm not writing about my dreams, I'm dreaming about my life, how I want it to feel. And so a big tip that I was receiving yesterday was just to talk about how you feel, or how you want to feel. How do you want to feel? Focus on that. The body is such a very cool, key tool in this aspect, that it will tell you if you're being honest with yourself, or if you're being truthful with yourself, or if something feels good. And so that's why I drive its importance that to tune into the body, tune into the self, the soul, the spirit, the inner workings, the sensory body, the feeling body, because it can literally be your compass and your guide as you're working through your own mental health and your own mastering of the self. And so something that I could challenge you guys to do is, as you're tuning into your body, also be tuning in to what you're saying and what's coming into you, sensory, and how that feels and where that sits, and follow the good vibration, meaning we have the choice what we put into our surroundings as far as feelings. So when we have things that come into our environment and our experience, our circumstance that doesn't feel good, we have, in a sense, invited that experience. There is big picture challenge that comes in, and so something to help. That's a struggle. That's a hard one for me to delineate between what's meant to be there and what's not meant to be there. And you could walk yourself through, let's do this. You can walk yourself through a little thought exercise. Each time there's a challenge in your life, do this thought exercise. Say, okay, this is meant to be in my life. This is meant to challenge and grow me. And I am going to learn from this and grow exponentially. and see where your body sits and lies with that, because I think each individual person has their own journey, right? And each individual person has their own guidance system to tell them this, yes, is meant for me, or no, this is not meant for me. And so as you say, this is meant to be in my life, this is a challenge that's meant to grow me, and I'm excited to learn from it. And I want you to see where your body sits with that. If your body's like, ooh, yeah, that feels good, then that's right. If your body's like, no, you're lying to yourself. You're lying to yourself. That thing is not meant to be in your life. It is challenging you and bringing you down in a way that is not meant to grow you, other than the fact that you're supposed to learn, oh, this is not meant to be in my life, so let's let this shit go, which again was part of yesterday's message. And so I think part of the forgiveness for me was realizing that I'm focusing too much on the challenges that are not meant to be in my life. I was focusing too much on the things that I can't control, and the things that, in the ways that I've been hurt. And so I think what is going to help me forgive is I'm going to switch my focus onto all the incredible things in my life and how I want my life to feel. And so that's what I'm focusing on, is how I want my life to feel. And my body tells me when I'm lying to myself, or my body tells me when I'm being too, I want to say selfish, but not selfish, when I'm being too intrusive on how my life should fit with other people's, because it shouldn't. I don't want to go any further than that, because I think it's for each of us to decide, and I want you guys to dream big on this feeling. And so if you want to, I want you guys to just, if you don't want to write it down, that's okay, but I want you to express it in some form or another, because expression is so big. When we're not expressing the things we feel subtly, whether it is aggression or joy, then we kind of live this subtle life. And so if you want to live a subtle life, great, go for that. That's great. I don't want to live a subtle life. I want to be so excited, and I want to be so full of energy, and I want to be so full of like direction, meaning I know what I'm doing, I know where I'm going. And that was another thing she talked about that's important, is don't focus on the details of life. Don't focus on how, when, or where it's going to happen. Focus on just how it feels. Because there's so many things that could happen that we could be thrown off by, oh, it didn't happen by this day, it didn't happen by this, blah, 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 blah. Part of manifesting, dreaming, or creating your own reality into existence is literally by just focusing on how you want things to feel. I want to feel good. I want to feel good about my body. I want to feel good about my choices. Ooh, I can just feel something like bubbling up inside. Like, I love this, like, connecting with the inner self, because when that is disconnected, I talk about that big, is when that is disconnected, that is what creates a shitty life. That's what creates sickness, disease, illness, is when you are disconnected from your inner workings, because your inner workings is your guidance system. Seriously, your guidance system. So it's great to take in information from other people, but you really have to see where that information sits within your body. So something that would have worked for me a year or two ago as advice from somebody does not work for me, will not work for me today. And so for each of you guys, that's up to you to decide. And that is the biggest thing that I can teach people, is how to turn on, connect with, and listen to their own inner guidance system. So on that note, I meditated over the cards this morning and got two of them. One of them is dun, 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 the Panther, which we had earlier this week. We've actually had the Panther come out a few times. So the other one is Nightingale, little singing bird. La 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 la. So first off, we're going to talk about the Panther. I'm going to open the book. Alchemical symbol for, I want to say, Earth. Panther is, are you an Earth card? No, it's not going to be Earth, because Earth is below the line. Fire? Yeah. Panther's fire. This week has been a lot of fire energy, which is cleansing, clearing, and and moving through some bull honky. All right, so Panther. La 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 la. Annihilation of the unnecessary and purging. So tell me, what is in your life right now? I want you to ask yourself this very second. And just listen to whatever comes up. You don't have to make something up. If you make something up and then go with it and it feels good, great. If you go with it and it doesn't feel good, listen and stop right away. So listen, I want to hear if your inner workings give you an answer, like float it up to the surface to you. What is in your life that needs to be purged? What is in your life? Something you do, somebody you're around, something you believe in that is unnecessary, dragging you down, and it needs to go. Okay, so the Panther won't stand to see our growth or our energy stagnate. Instead, it pounces into our lives, boop, like it did the other day. If you guys saw that was crazy. And causes all kinds of havoc, with the ultimate intention of bringing us towards more fulfilling lives. It's unexpected, uncomfortable, and sometimes feels devastating. But after all the dust clears, it's easy to see the Panther's wisdom at work. We've all been through these experiences, and they've made us better people. Trust that the Panther's journey always leads to a brighter place. So yeah, this isn't always comfortable, because I think most people have set up their life to be comfortable. We're comfortable with our lives. And I hate to tell it to you, but we did not come here to be comfortable. All the time at least, there's moments where comfort is beautiful and incredible, and we deserve it. But we have put our deepest desires, needs, wants, wishes, fulfillments, the want for a fulfilling life, we've put that aside and we've traded that in. We've actually not even put it aside. We've given it up. We've traded it in. Here's our worth of being fulfilled, and we've traded it in. Oh my God, for comfort. So what have you traded in, given of yourself just for comfort? Which I want to say laziness. What have you given in, traded in a piece of yourself for just a comfortable life? So the Panther comes in as an energy. It can come in as an experience. It can come in as a person. It can come in as like a feeling where you're just like, oh, I'm so depressed, and there's just like, oh, I don't feel good. That's like Panther energy. That's something telling you something needs to go. Something is dragging you down. Something is like that you're labeled as, oh, this is just how my life is. It's like, this is just the way it's gonna be. It's like, no, it doesn't necessarily have to be. The Panther wants to come in and knock your block of Jenga down. It's time to knock it down. So when this is in balance, brave and productive. Are you feeling brave? Are you feeling productive? Then you could be in balance. Great. When you're out of balance, self-destructive. We talked about that. To bring into balance, get rid of the unnecessary. Okay? So look at your life today. What's in it that's unnecessary and scares the fuck out of you to get rid of? It might just be your medicine. Nightingale. Let's talk about it. That, I believe, is the alchemical symbol for air. Da-na-na. Ha 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 ha. All right, Nightingale. I'm feeling good, you guys. I tell you, this whole like writing down how you want to feel, and just going with it and being real with yourself. Also, like expression. And if you're like, you get to this point where there's something inside of you that you're just trying to avoid, like a feeling, and your body's meant to go in to that feeling and feel it and express it, then it needs to happen, and it's okay if it doesn't fit along with the dialogue we tell ourselves most of the time. I feel like, okay, I'm just gonna put it out there. 90% of our life should be expressing what we want, and in the way of feelings. Why we want to feel fulfilled, we want to feel joyous, we want to feel excited, I want to feel this. And then 10% of our life should be like cleaning out the garbage. Okay, having that conversation with ourselves and with another person and expressing, this is not working for me anymore. I gotta let this go. I gotta let this go. I gotta let you go. I gotta let this habit we have go. Something's gotta change, and that can be scary for everybody. But that's why he looks so scary, right? It's scary, but it's necessary. Fearless, voice, speech, communication, or song. Fearless. Here is the idea, the feeling that we can be fearless. We can be fearless in this endeavor. We can be fearless in life. Do you want that? Do you want to be able to move forward in all the things that you dream about, want to do, have a desire to do, and not have fear stop you, at least? The song of the Nightingale is otherworldly. This simple brown bird, almost unnoticeable among the flashy plumage of other birds, transports its listener to the realm of poetry. Nightingale energy is with us when we write, compose, and especially when we sing. It reminds us that music heals the deepest wounds. This card indicates a need to open the bridge between the heart and the voice. Ooh, that's so strong. Is there something you need to say? How long has it been since you sang? Turn it up, write it down, and let it out. So we talked about this a little bit yesterday about writing. Everybody wants to be a writer. That may or may not be true. Something I thought about yesterday is like, okay, if you don't want to be a writer, how is it that you like to express yourself? Is it through music? Is it through dance? Is it through singing? Is it through nature? Is it through just words? Is it through spoken poetry? What is it that you like to do to express yourself? That's key here. That was in our message yesterday, and that is again in our message today. And there's something that we can reach for and grab and pull up to the surface in whatever way that we like to express ourselves. Like for mine, it's definitely dance and song, singing. Even just listening to music. Sometimes music can express that thing my heart is trying to express that I can't. But when we connect, again, it's connecting to that inner workings. We connect our heart to expression. There is just, it's like not suffocating yourself anymore, not stuffing down your voice, right? Express yourself. Find time to express yourself. And if that all just seems like no, just write about it. I swear to Jeebus, writing about it is so healing. Writing about it, expressing yourself, express your heart. So when in balance, this bird sings, speaks, or this bird, meaning you, that bird right there, speaks freely with kindness. And when it's out of balance, it's shy and lump in the throat. I know that's something that I was struggling on earlier, is the throat chakra. Having a lump in the throat, not feeling like I can speak freely, putting that little cage over my throat, like, So I know that has been out of balance for me, and everything is shifting with this whole new, like, talk about what you want, girl. Believe you can have what you want. Listen to Abraham Hicks. Listen to Abraham Hicks. She's amazing. To bring into balance music. All right, guys, girls and guys, your message today is to turn it up. Turn up that music and let or face that which is no longer serving you. Get it the fuck out of your life, okay? And then let's feel that peace, that calm after the storm. Love you guys. Have a great day.